What's up, YouTube? Coach 5515 back again with another video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. So today I'm gonna tell you another scary story about, well, actually I don't know if it's scary, but it was a weird story that was told to me by an ex-coworker. So she was coming home really late at night from getting supplies from off the reservation. She was almost coming into Chin Lee, and the place where I'm at, there's a hill, of course, the mesa right there, then there's a road. The highway runs down. I don't know if you guys can see the video or the cars that are coming down. There's a car coming right there. There's another road that goes in between those two mesas. Where the mesa comes down, there's a road that goes right in between there. There's an opening inside where the fence is at. I believe there's a cattle guard there, or I'm not too sure. I don't remember, but I don't think so. I know there's one over here on this side where this other hill comes up, and then it comes back down, then you go up the hill. But like around where this bush is, there's an opening right there. I don't believe there's a cattle guard there, so she was telling me that at around like 2 o'clock in the morning, she was coming back from town, and she was going back to Rough Rock, and she was coming back. She was all alone, and she was alone coming back, and she said at the bottom of the hill, she noticed there was nobody else on the road. Of course, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. At the bottom of the road, she noticed that there were some animals beside the road, and then when you get to the bottom of the hill, and then you come around a really long curve. It's called Banana Curve. It comes around, it comes back to the north, which is this way here. You see those vehicles right there? Sorry for my window, it's all dirty. There's some vehicles right there, and that runs all the way along, and it curves around. That's called Banana Curve. So she was coming around Banana Curve. And at the bottom, right when you come off the curve, like halfway from the curve, there's the opening right there. So she said she saw some animals. She came around the curve. Of course, she was going slow. It's a sharp curve. And she was driving through, and she noticed a horse standing there. She said a horse was standing there, and then on the other side she noticed some other horses that seemed like they just crossed, and the horse was just standing there beside the road. And she said she slowed down. She came to a really slow stop. She stopped there, and then she said a bunch of horses came running through, like a whole herd of horses. She said they were wild horses. There's no brands on them. There's a whole herd of wild horses that came through, and she said she was watching those horses go by, which took some time, and I think she said it was like maybe 30 seconds or 45 seconds. And she noticed, like on the other story that I told about the horse in the wash, she said it looked like an older native dude. An older native dude that was like holding on to the horse, but his arms were straddling the neck. His arms were straddling the neck, and his one foot was wrapped underneath his stomach. So the guy, she said his chest was sitting right on the front part of his leg, and then his leg was wrapped around the bottom, and then another one wrapped around the top. And he was holding on. And she said the guy, his face was painted yellow. I remember her saying her face, the guy, whatever it was, his face was painted yellow. Really long hair, like a older native guy, not old dude, but like a like how natives used to be back in the day. And the guy was wearing buckskin. That's the thing. The guy was wearing buckskin, covered down low. And she said she noticed that there was a white painting across his face also, and there was a feather stuck in his hair. And she goes, wow, that was weird, because he was wearing the loincloth. And she goes, yeah, the guy, he was really holding on, and he looked like one of those older like how they used to dress back in old days. And she said the horses just ran by, and like they just all sprinted through. She said there was a bunch of horses, and there was no vehicles behind them, there was nobody chasing them, there was no coyotes, nothing behind them. She goes, I thought there would be some coyotes, that's what they were running from. She said they just all sprinted across the road, and she said they came across this whole valley right here and came into this valley. There's a windmill back here. There's the airport. There's the airport out in that direction over there, and that was newly built at the time it happened. And this is where I run back here, and there's an animal trail that comes all the way through. They come through, and there's another windmill way over on that side where that valley is. There's another windmill over there, so I know those animals travel back and forth for water. And there's an animal trail that goes all the way that way, but there's hardly any horses back here. There's always cows. I always see cows. And one time I was riding my bike way at the base of that mesa, because that's a rifle range over there, that when you pass that, there's an area where you can come across. And I seen a coyote there, but like nothing, no horses. I don't ever see horses back here. So that was a weird story that she told me. I know there was a guy that commented on my video that said, why would a skinwalker be on a horse? I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they would be on a horse. I don't know how they work or anything like that, but I know they you know, they're called skinwalkers because they shapeshift, and you know, they turn into animals, and they use animals as like their lookout, or you know, they use animals to do their dirty deeds, I guess. But you know, that was a weird story. So I don't know how that worked. I don't know if that was a wild Indian that she saw, or a wild native dude. But I've heard of another story like that, where there was a wild native that was living out like in the outskirts of the res, or middle of the res, that you know, he lived like he did back in the old days. So that's my story for today. I went to the Native YouTube Gala put on by Mr. Ryan. He hosted that with his brother-in-law, who's a part owner of BTS. So thank you, and shout out to Mr. Ryan, all the YouTubers that I met, all the subscribers that we met. It was awesome to meet all of you. It was a fun event. It was something that I enjoyed. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And you know, next video I'll put up sometime soon. So thank you for watching.